Every mother wants their children to go to bed without going to bed hungry.
Soul Food's helping us it provides food for us so we don't get hungry.
And sometimes it's hard. It's really hard, but with Grace and with Red Cross and with Soul Food.
Soul Food makes me very happy because they bring food for us to eat every day.
Before COVID, 14 million people went to bed hungry in South Africa every night, with 8 out of every 10 of those empty bellies belonging to children. After COVID, the number of hungry people has risen to close to 30 million, with over 1 in 4 children under the age of 5 so malnourished they're classified as stunted, in what is swiftly rising to the level of humanitarian disaster. And yet, even now, as our children go hungry, upwards of 1/3 of all the food produced in South Africa ends up in our landfills, feeding the birds and the worms.
On a personal level, hunger is all about individual poverty. But on a national level, it's not really about poverty at all. Hunger is simply an issue of will and logistics and funding, of course.
Soul Provider Trust was founded in 2007 with, as Brent puts it, a mission to feed the spiritually needy. And that obviously evolved in terms of providing physical nourishment over time. Undoubtedly, Soul Provider plays a very important role in correcting the wrongs of the past, which has caused an economic disparity in our society. And we operate at the bottom end of the pyramid, feeding the needy people and needy school children to promote their active role in our society going forward to correct those wrongs.
You'll find that if the learner is hungry, he or she can't concentrate in the class. Now, we're having soul food, food is there, education is there in the classes, so at least we see a light in the tunnel. It's an angel sent by God to come to this school so that it can help us in this poverty-provoking area.
The Soul Provider Trust is an unapologetically Christian organization.
Now, that's not a matter of inner states, of private convictions. Still less is it an embrace of gassy abstractions. You know, things like justice and peace, or having an affection for humanity.
It is caring for this man who is homeless, for this child who is hungry, and for this person who is depressed, addicted, or unemployed.
You know, it's a set of very definite embodied practices. It's things that one does on behalf of another. So ultimately, for us, Christianity is love, but it is love that must be concretely expressed.
You know, there are days that we don't have anything to feed. And in comes Mr. Nicky Isaacs from Soul Food, and he brings us stock. We feed right across the Western Cape, and we have over 150 kitchens. At this point, we're feeding 1.2 million people.
The question was, what were the things we could do to make a difference as we went into this pandemic? And the one thing everybody needs is food. And Soul Food, we had known their work that they literally provide meals at that time, I think in the order of 250,000 meals a month. We used our buying capacity to buy foods at a discounted price to donate into Soul Food. So we've now got a facility which is not utilized, a warehouse, which essentially Soul Food now uses as one of their depots to work out of. It's a wonderful initiative. It reaches actual beneficiaries. A lot of individuals beyond us as a corporate actually donated personally. And some of our own partners as a company, you know, in their own corporate capacity actually gave money. It's not just about us. It was really about how can you actually create a bit of a snowball effect. And it's really been an impressive growth. I mean, they're now heading for 1.8 million meals a month. That's not a small number.
I load from here in Joburg to Cookhouse, PE, George and Stellenbosch. Back from Stellenbosch, I'm coming back to Joburg.
We deliver food from our warehouse in Spartan, Johannesburg. From the warehouse, we deliver through 7 branches to central places, soup kitchens, shelters, orphanages, and hundreds of schools around South Africa.
I feel very happy to see another person getting something to eat at the end of the day or to start off the day.
You know what, this is a big country that we live in, you know. The area that I'm working in, we can't save the whole country, but with the help of the donators, we can go into the communities and deliver miracles by the ton.
The contribution of Soul Food in this area made a huge difference in people's lives.
I've come and form a collaboration with Red Cross because I see the need. And there is already a platform. The kitchens is already there. They identify the problems in the community on ground level. And I see that as my opportunity to come in and touch millions and millions of people here in the Western Cape. And I'm serious about it.
Each day, Soul Food feed 50,000 school children, orphans, pensioners and abused women. We care for the destitute, sick and terminally ill, and we do that day in, day out, all year round. Until the need goes away, we'll do what must be done to meet that need.
We can just take hands, share our value, help one another, and we'll get over this hunger.
Every time when I make a delivery in our communities, I try to remember that it's not just food or seeds that I deliver, but it's hope and life.
We believe not in just feeding people, we actually believe in feeding them the right way.
As well as collecting, processing and distributing excess food, we also manufacture our own instant fortified porridge. Power Pack contains all the relevant nutrients to keep children healthy, energetic and productive.
So you're nourishing their mind for them to be able to concentrate more.
That concentration will lead to the children getting good grades and being employed.
Manufactured for Soul Food by Kelpack Manufacturing, Power Pack is tasty, high in energy, protein and dietary fiber, and delivers a balanced meal with a cocktail of all available vitamins. Every kilogram Power Pack provides 25 meals at a cost of just 40 Rand per pack, or R1.60 a meal.
The porridge for me was a yes, 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 I must say, because it cuts out the need to add sugar to it. It cuts out the need to add milk to it.
The Power Pack porridge, it was a blessing because in the morning, as a school, we are able to make sure that we give them porridge in the morning, and we know that when they go into the classrooms, they will excel, they will do better because they've got something.
For a lot of people, this is a gift of life.
We are not only delivering food, we are reaching out, creating hope for the people, for the future.
As a South African, I'm proud to be associated with Soul Foods and practice our Rainbow Nation tradition of Ubuntu.
We are really focusing our efforts in finding funding for Power Pack because we think that this is easily transportable, it's storable, and it tastes great. I mean, people love it. We've been testing it for over a year now.
Our latest project is Soul Seed. Our mission is to transform dump sites into flourishing gardens, transform our understanding of health and nutrition, transform unemployment into entrepreneurial opportunities, and utterly transform entrenched attitudes into sustainable practices.
Well, we are so happy to grow food.
But for me, it's not a feeding scheme, just a feeding scheme or just growing veggies, or that it's for me to educate them to become something in life. So if I work with them in the garden, I say to him, if you do this, one day you can do your own. One day you can become a farmer. One day you can have your own land. One day you can do whatever you desire to do. But it starts here.
Also the pride that goes with it. I did this with my own hands. This comes from my effort.
I feel very happy because I helped my family to get some fruit and the vegetables to eat at home.
So I'm cooking this pot of food with what I planted. It comes from my garden and I'm able to support my family with that. So that is what we're talking about here.
Soul Seed Project is all about sustainability. Kids really take to it, you know. I mean, it really takes off. And those are the kind of skills that they have their whole lives. You know, when they're 25 years old and they can't feed their family, they say, hang on a second, I learned once how to grow cabbage or marroch or whatever it might be. Let's try that again. It's a life skill.
By creating a generation of small-scale farmers and gardeners, we'll not only improve food availability, but also deliver sustainable financial, social and spiritual benefits to disadvantaged people and the undernourished, for whom food insecurity is the paramount problem.
If they continue with doing this, I think I will sleeping in my grave with a peace. Yes, knowing this is happening amongst our community.
Because we want each and every household to perform this in order to feed their families.
Requiring just 2 meters squared and a basic water supply, 10,000 kits a year equates to the delivery of 4.8 million meals at an average cost of just under 30 cents. Soul Seed kits include seed tapes with 5 varietals, fertilizer sticks, and detailed instructions. They even include a plastic water spout that fits on the end of any bottle for easy and efficient watering. But far more important, these kits also plant the seeds of food security, self-sustainability, confidence, and intergenerational knowledge.
It starts little, just a seed, and out of that seed, miracles do happen.
Love one another and help one another. God is love, so I am living by that example.
I would like to see them educated and living a better life than the standard that they're living now.
And hopefully when they grow older, they can help feed the nation.
You make the place better for yourself by taking Soul Food's hand and going forward.
Soul Food came into my life, gave me a wealth of information as to get nearer to the people
so that we can help starving people out there.
Let's fight the hunger. Yes, we cannot go all over the world, but let us fight the hunger.
All I just want to say is, may the Lord bless you in abundance, overflow.
Driven by our faith and determined to turn that faith into action, we find ourselves challenged with this mission. And together, we will fulfill the spiritual mission in the physical delivery of sustenance for the bodies and souls of anyone and everyone who needs it.